Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the books that I read in August. I didn't read a lot of books in August, but there's nothing to be ashamed of. You start reading, life happens, and then you don't read again. I only read 3 books in August. So, but anyway, let's get started with the first one. The first one I read was The Japanese Lover by Isabel Allende. Isabel Allende is a very famous author, but this is not one of her most famous works at all. And I never read anything by her. In a way, I'm glad I didn't because I would have had high expectations. Instead, I went into reading this book without any expectations at all, and I really, really enjoyed it. So this is a romance slash historical fiction novel in which the main themes are love, friendship, and aging. Aging is also a major theme in this novel. There are 2 stories. One is that of Alma Blasco, who is 80 years old and she is a resident in a retirement home, and that of Irina Basili, who is her assistant. Um, Alma and Irina are both immigrants to the United States. And even though they come from different generations, obviously, Irina's very young. She's like 30 something. Mm, so they're very different, but their tragic past binds them together. I really liked Alma's reflections on aging and how graceful it can be. And there are also a lot of quotes about happiness and just life in general. Let me read this one for you. There's one I really liked, and I had to. Uh, I I took a screenshot. So, we're all born happy. Life gets us dirty along the way, but we can clean it up. Happiness is not exuberant or noisy like pleasure or joy. It's silent, tranquil, and gentle. It's a feeling of satisfaction inside that begins with self-love. How wonderful! Um, so um, I loved Alma's character, and she just kind of feels like your grandma that you get to read about through her letters that she's written. And there's also a wonderful story about eternal love between Alma and her Japanese lover. The second book is Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and everyone's talking about this book. It's another historical fiction novel that ripped my heart apart. I listened to it as an audiobook, which kind of made the experience even better. And so, yes, I was listening to it while doing things around the house. And at one point, I was doing my exercises. Something dramatic happened, and I literally had to sit down on my mat and weep. I could not go on. Evelyn Hugo is an old Hollywood star, and at the age of 79, she decides to reveal everything she's never told anyone, and she wants to tell her story to a young journalist, Monique Grant. Um, so this is so much more than a story about a famous woman and her husbands. More than anything, it's a story about ambition and how dangerous it can be at times. Um, Also, it's interesting to find out why Evelyn chooses Monique, someone inexperienced, to write her story. So there's a bit of, a lot of mystery there. Um, and Evelyn's story just felt real, and it kind of really makes you wonder what's really going on behind closed doors in the lives of movie stars. The third one is Midnight Sun by Jo Nesbo. I'm trying, I hope I pronounced it right because I Googled how to pronounce it before starting this video because the name is in, the author's name is Norwegian because he's Norwegian. And so yeah, Jo Nesbo. I never read anything by Jo Nesbo before, and I think I really liked it. I really liked this novel, yes. It's about, this is the first noir fiction novel for me. And if you don't know what noir fiction is, it is a subgenre of crime fiction. And there are usually deeply flawed characters. There's a world where everything and everyone is terrible, but there are also some aspects that distract from the bleakness of it. Like the characters are usually very entertaining and cynical. There are sharp dialogues and a distinctive way of speaking, so that's fun. So now that I've told you that, you can kind of picture the atmosphere of Midnight Sun. Um, but also because it is Scandinavian noir, try to picture Norway as well, because that's where the story is set. In Midnight Sun, there is a hitman who's failed to carry out an order, and he's on the run from the drug lords. He ends up in Finnmark, which is far up north in Norway, yes, but in Finnmark, the sun never sets, so hence the name Midnight Sun. And there in Finnmark, he finally discovers something worth living for. And that something is actually a person whose name is Leah, who also has a son that our main character gets along with. So I really liked their interactions in the book. And I also liked learning about a special kind of Christianity in the book and how that dictates some of the characters' lives. So that's it for my August reads. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because I'll be back in a week with another video. Bye!